Today we are going to learn how to program using Blockly code. So the last time you programmed with this robot, we used the draw code, and we're going to go there the same way. You're going to go into My Programs, Create a Program. Push that plus sign. It's asking us what kind of code do we want to use. Last time we used draw, this time we're going to use Blockly. Okay, so you'd hit create, but let me review that step one more time. My Programs, Create a Program. Once you get there, it's going to ask you what kind of code do you want to build with. We're going to leave it on block code and click create. Now that we're in our block coding space, you'll notice that like Scratch, there are categories organized by colors of the different kinds of commands and blocks you can give to your robot. We're going to start with movements first. You're going to choose that first movement command, and remember, it's very important that you don't leave any of these numbers as 0. That would be like not giving someone enough directions if they were driving to your house. A robot won't know what to do if you leave any of these as a 0. So I'm going to click on the first one, which is in degrees. For a robot, the degrees is the direction that it's going to go. So I'm going to have my robot go slightly to the right at 20 degrees. I'm going to choose the next 0, and I'm going to fill in the speed. I can choose how fast I want my robot to go. That's up to you guys today. For the last one, it is how many seconds the robot is going to roll for. I wouldn't program anything longer than 3 seconds today, because 3 seconds for a robot is actually going to feel like a long time. After all, 3 seconds is really 1, 2, 3. So I'm only going to use 3. I wouldn't go longer than that today. I'm going to aim my robot so that I know which way is facing forward. I have those arrows facing forward now, and when I'm ready, I'm going to hit start. And you'll see my robot went 20 degrees for 3 seconds, which was actually pretty far. Now, I'm not going to go get it. I'm going to use what I know about code to bring it back. So let's look at our code again. I am going to go in, and we need to do the opposite. So I'm going to hit stop. I'm going to touch the degrees, and the opposite of slightly to the right in the front is slightly to the left in the back. So it should come back to us if I've programmed it correctly. Let's see. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. Next thing we're going to check out, I'm going to drag my movement blocks to the trash can. And the next thing we're going to check out is light commands. So I'm going to click on the light commands. And you can do a couple different things with your robot. You can have it fade from one color to another. Remember, you can change your colors by clicking on them like I did. And again, I wouldn't choose anything longer than 3 seconds because 3 seconds is a long time. I grab the robot. Okay, so we're going to see it fade when I push start from blue to red. Let's see. Blue into red. There we go. Going to hit stop. Let's get rid of that and review another kind of command. The next kind of command is the most fun kind of command, I think, matrix animation. So last class, I started to show you these, and I showed you if you click on the matrix there, you can choose something that's pre-programmed in, like those animations on the bottom. You can either have it loop and keep going, or you can touch that and have it only happen once, but I'm going to leave it on loop to show you. And when I push start, we should see that animation run. So you can see the question mark on the robot there. Going to hit stop. But today is a very exciting day because today I get to show you how to program your own animation on the matrix. So to do that, you'll click the matrix box, choose this plus sign here to create your own page. Have you ever seen one of those cartoon flip books where they draw the same character on a bunch of pages, and when you flip through the book, it looks like the character's moving? This is a lot like that, if you're familiar with that, but here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to choose red and color in my first 3, orange to color in my center, and yellow. Then we're going to add a page. I'm going to push this plus sign on the bottom to add a page. And these 2 arrows on the side are arrows you can use to go in between your pages. So there's my first page, and here's my second page. I'm going to make this page, you probably guessed already, with my rainbow color pattern, green, blue, and purple. Let me fill it in. No, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to do a fuchsia instead of a purple so it stands out. All right, now that I have my 2 pages, I'm going to check it off and save that animation. Now right now I have it as a loop. What that means is when I push start, it's going to run the program, and those 2 pages are going to flash between each other over and over again. Let's see what it looks like. Whoa, pretty snazzy, right? Stop. If I wanted to have it only happen once, it would go from one page to the other and then it would stop. Let's see. And it stays on that last page. Now, if you wanted to program something like a countdown, check this out. You can push the plus sign and you could choose what color you want. I'm going to do 3. It's a sloppy 3. Plus, I'm going to leave this page blank, and I'll tell you why in a second. I'm going to push plus sign again. 2, plus sign, leave that one blank. Push it again for another one. 1. Now, why did I leave blank pages? I have 1, blank page 2, blank page 3. Why did I do that? Well, because when it's flipping between the pages, if you don't have a blank page in between, it might flip between them too fast for our eyes. So if you want it to flip between the pages to show the animation switching slower, add blank pages in between. You can do more than 1 blank page if you want. So now when I push start, we're going to get a countdown, and I'm going to leave it on loop so you guys can really see it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Pretty cool. Stop. So you'll get to explore programming your own matrix. There's a new one today I want to talk to you about. Have you ever been at an airport or a mall or a train station or somewhere like Times Square in New York where you saw screens where words were traveling across the screen? Guess what? That's scrolling text. That can be found in the matrix commands today under scrolling text. When you tap this box, you can type what you want it to say, like good morning. Right? You can choose what color you want the letters to be, and if you move around the other numbers, it'll affect how fast it goes. Once again, you can choose in your program if you want the robot to do that and wait, or if you want the robot to do that and continue in your program. Make sure your blocks are snapped together, and let's check out this robot saying good morning. There it goes, good morning. All right, so we stopped our program. We're going to drag that to the trash can. The final type of program command that we're going to talk about today is sounds. You can choose a sound command. You can leave it on random and be surprised with the robot surprising you. And remember, the sound comes from the iPad, not the robot. So make sure you have your volume on your iPad turned up. And when I push start, we'll hear a random sound. Oh, how magical. Okay. Or if you hit stop, you can touch random and you can choose between these different categories. Okay, science fiction, we're gonna do alien tech. Let's see what that sounds like. Creepy. Okay, so that is how you use sounds. Okay, I'm gonna drag that to the trash can. There's another one I'm gonna show you today. If you go into speak, you can type what you want the robot to say. Like instead of having the words go across the screen, I can have it actually say good morning to you. And you can choose to have it wait, or you can choose to have it continue in your program.
Good morning.
There we go. Make sure you use that idea. Make sure you use this block responsibly, of course. All right, there's one more thing I'm going to show you today. Do you remember when we tried out the Magic 8-Ball program, when it said yes or when it said no, that the robot shook in your hand? That is called the raw motor command. Let me show you how you can find that. You're going to go into movements. And right now it only looks like there's 2 movement commands. But actually this white arrow here, if you push it, it'll show you more movement commands. So I'm going to tap that. And when I tap that, you're going to see there's a whole bunch of commands that just opened up, including this one, the raw motor command. So when I grab that raw motor command and put it there, you will turn the left motor all the way up, the right motor all the way up, and make sure you never do this one for more than 3 seconds at a time because you don't want to hurt the robot's motor. Okay? If you're holding this robot when you run this program, please make sure you hold on really tight because remember, it's very important that we don't drop this robot and damage the matrix screen. It's pretty strong too. Watch. Okay? So again, today you and your partner will be challenged to program with movement commands, light commands, matrix commands, and sound commands to complete a special checklist.